Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. Of course, this is where I take the genre news of the week and the genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. So, sorry I'm a little bit late. It's been one of those weekends. Anyway, let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms, all the stuff you've been watching, and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't, hit that like button, the share button as well. Excuse me. And if you feel like gambling, you can hit that bell down below. YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. So best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages there as well. All right, let's get to it, shall we? It's another week, another HBO Max Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus, whatever the fuck it is, calling itself right now. Controversy. So, HBO Max just decided to remove 36 titles from their streaming service, including 20 original programmings as well. And all of this is because they don't want to pay royalties, residuals, things of that nature. And this is a way of doing it: is you just pull the titles off, and some of these things are not available on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you want, streaming, other streaming services, anything like that. They're gone. Um, One of them is Infinity Train, and the creator for Infinity Train is kind of pissed about it and said, "Yeah, the only way to actually get Infinity Train now is to pirate it, to find the stuff that's been pirated out there." And yeah, he's understandably pissed off. So really quickly, the HBO Max originals that were out of there are 12 Dates of Christmas, About Last Night, Aquaman, King of Atlantis, not a big loss on that one. Close Enough, Ellen's Great Next Great Designer, Esme and Roy, The Fungies, Generation Hustle, Generation, Infinity Train, Little Ellen, My Mom, Your Dad, Odo, Ravi Patel's Pursuit of Happiness, Summer Camp Island, The Not Too Late Show with Elmo, The Runaway Bunny, Theodosa, Tig and Seek, Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, My Dinner with Irv, and Share. Yeah, so yeah, those are the original stuff that just disappeared completely. And uh you're gonna start seeing a lot more of this coming from HBO Max, not just the animation stuff, but don't be surprised if the live action stuff starts disappearing as well, to the point where they're removing it from the streaming services. They don't have to pay residuals anymore on that either. My guess is it's going to start off with the TBS TNT stuff first, and then it's going to move over to the HBO Max stuff next. Is what's going to what's going to happen there. My guess is Made for Love will be on that list because I think they lost a lot of money off of that one. But yeah, so that's coming up. Not good. But all through all of this as well, we also got the news that Peacemaker, the Penguin series, the one with Colin Farrell, and the Green Lantern Corps series, which is a live action series, are all still a go over at HBO Max. Don't ask me why, but they are. Well, Peacemaker, obviously, because it was a big hit. The other two are untried as of yet, so I don't know why they're still alive. I mean, when things like Batgirl get shelved, but it is what it is at this point. It's just going to be more and more news of this company trying to save stuff and then just kind of going off the rails because of what they're doing. Yeah. Um, so I'm looking actually at the article where it said that Peacemaker and Penguin and Green Lantern series they're all safe at the moment, and it's a much larger. It basically talked about all the layoffs that are happening. So the layoffs, the acquisitions, casting and international, scripted operation, everything got restructured. And this came about from a Deadline article. There were a lot of people on Twitter who their first inkling that their jobs were gone was through the Twitter article mentioning the article on Deadline. And that's pretty fucked up when you really think about all of this, the way things are going down. Um, it's 14% of the staff that are being laid off. That was last Monday, and that's about 70 people, off of that at first. And then there's other that's in one department. There's other departments that are getting hit as well. But wow, this is just a big, big clusterfuck. And this is again because they're trying to make up $3 billion from that merger, and they're trying to recoup their money. They being Discovery Plus, since they're taking over HBO Max. And as a part of this, they've sold off the CW, or at least I should say they sold off part of the CW to Nexstar, Nexstar. And Nexstar is buying 75% of the share of CW, leaving all the other stakeholders, if you will, Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery, retaining 12.5% each for the rest of the stock. So Nexstar CEO said, hey, we know that the CW isn't profitable, hasn't been profitable ever. We are now looking at this being profitable by 2025. And what they're going to do is they're intending to do more broad audience programs and cost conscious programming, as they called it. Which means if you thought the CW stuff was, bare bones CGI and all that kind of stuff, you haven't seen nothing yet. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Nexstar is going to gut the CW even further than it is. I'm wondering how these are going to, like, shows like, I know The Flash is done. So The Flash, we have season 9. We have, what is it, 9 episodes, something like that, and then the show is done, thankfully. But you still have Stargirl going on, and you still have Superman and Lois. Now, Superman and Lois can theoretically move over to HBO Max. I've been saying this for a while now, which would probably be the best move for it. It has the best potential of benefiting from HBO Max and their budget. I don't think they would survive at Nexstar with whatever Nexstar's budgeting is going to be. And the story is going to suffer for it as well. Stargirl, on the other hand, already went to the CW budget. It went from DC Universe to CW. And that means they're going to get their budget cut even further, which means their storyline is going to suck even further if they stay there. And I don't know. I think you're going to hear that season 3 of Stargirl is going to be the last season. I would not be surprised, quite honestly. Speaking of Superman and Lois, Jordan Alasis, who plays, Jonathan Kent on the series, is actually going to be leaving the series for personal reasons, and they're going to recast his role. So that's an interesting one, where they're going to recast this role into season 3. And yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to do that. If they're going to get someone who looks like him enough to say, hey, it's the same character, we just, or if they're just going to flat out have his face change at some point. Yes, CBM, I agree. Recasting is a huge mess. And considering that I liked him as a character on there, I mean, I really did. I like the guy. I mean, I like the kids that are on there. They actually do a good job. You know, Jordan and Jonathan is what they're called, right? Jordan and Jonathan, yes. Jordan, the kid who plays Jordan, a little bit of a ham, and a little overacting. I like the kid who played Jonathan a little bit better. So, and it's kind of sad that he's going to be going, but I hope, everything works out for him, honestly. And then we get in fall of 2022, we get Tim Burton's series Wednesday, which of course is about Wednesday Addams, coming to Netflix. We got the first trailer that dropped for that. And that trailer actually looked really damn good, I have to admit. I was surprised at the casting of Gomez. Actually, I had heard the casting of Gomez, but I didn't think about it. And it's Louise Guzman, of course, who's playing Gomez, to Catherine Zeta-Jones' Morticia. And this is actually closer to the comic than it is to the movie where you had Raul Julia, who, is a better looking man. We're just going to say that. And, but Luis Guzman is actually closer to the comic where he's shorter than Morticia. He's not handsome in the traditional sense, and a little heavier, shall we say. So there's been a whole ton of shit online about all of this. I'm actually okay. I want to see how this plays out. I mean, he's not going to be in it, other than I think sporadically throughout the episodes. So this is all about Wednesday Adams going to a academy, if you will, for girls, and it's basically the same academy that Morticia and Gomez went to as kids and met. So yes, you can tell that it's going to be for misfits and things like that. Yeah, and it's going to be dark too. I mean, if anything, like the piranhas in the swimming pool. If you saw the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm looking forward to that. That looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm guessing it's gonna be October, the end of September, probably early October. We're gonna get that whole series that drops. Probably October, more than likely. And this was kind of a surprise. I forgot to mention this during Harley Quinn. Um, CBM says, "I live that the used non-gene regret Rian in the trailer." Oh, that they use. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I got what you meant, CBM. Yeah. Um, so if you were watching Harley Quinn, not this week's episode, but last week's episode with the Swamp Thing, at the very beginning of, I don't know if you saw it, but at the very beginning of the episode, they usually have like a clip of some other thing for HBO Max. Usually people skip over it. I mostly do for the most part, but there was a small preview for Pennyworth, the live action Pennyworth, which, yes, is Alfred Pennyworth when he was younger. Season 3 is going to be on October 6th on HBO Max. So this started over on Epix, which is a Sony run channel, and the first two seasons are just fucking crazy. They're nuts. Basically, it's the same guys who did Gotham. They went over and did Pennyworth, and set in 1960s London, and I can't even really describe it. You'd have to watch the first two seasons, like I said, are on HBO Max if you have it. If they haven't pulled it down by now for residual reasons, but they're still up there. And good God, it's just fucking nuts. The last episode is like fucking bonkers. Just the last scene alone. I was just sitting there just with my mouth open going, what the fuck? I don't know how they're going to start this off on season 3, but anyway, there we go. So season 3 of Pennyworth, October 6th on HBO Max. I don't know if they're going to be dropping that weekly or if they're going to be dropping it in, all at once, how they're going to do it. So who knows with everything going on. The John Wick prequel, the Continental, which has been in production, which I'd been talking about before, and I was interested in looking at this, except that it was on Stars. Well, now it's moving over to Peacock for a 2023 release. Stars, Peacock, Stars, pretty much the same difference, if you will. Stars never really sold me on, after they removed a whole bunch of good programming because it didn't meet their demographics. I was like, yeah, I don't need to give you guys money anymore because you don't meet my demographics. So, yeah. Um, I don't know if I can buy into Peacock just to watch this. I really kind of want to see it, but at the same time, I don't want to have to pay for another streaming service. And I don't want to have to fit it all into a free trial either. I mean, really, trying to binge shit during a free trial isn't fun. It really isn't. It becomes work at that point. It doesn't become fun just to watch it because you want to watch it. And speaking of work, I kid. September 4th, the 6th season, that's number 6, of Rick and Morty premieres on Adult Swim. That's right. We got a new trailer for that. The trailer looks, sufficiently bonkers as usual. Excuse me. Um, I'm gonna watch it, of course. Hopefully, it comes out on HBO Max, considering that they own it. But then again, who knows if they're going to remove it because they don't want to pay residuals anymore, or what's going to happen. I mean, Rick and Morty is their cash cow, is one of their cash cows. I don't see them removing, that the older episodes or anything like that. But who knows? You never can tell with what Zaslav is thinking at this point. He might decide to do it. He might not. I don't know. If he was smart, he wouldn't, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a creator that disappears, that goes off to someplace else and does their stuff elsewhere, and goes off to your competitors. Yeah, it usually ends up happening. So Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, is coming out on December 20th, 2024 now. Okay. I didn't see the second one. The first one was okay. I mean, it didn't knock my socks off. It didn't make me want to go and see the second one either. And I heard the second one was okay, same as the first, but mm, I'm just not going out of my way to go and see it. Same thing with this. I'm not going to go out of my way to see it. There's also an animated Smurfs musical movie that's coming out on February 14th, 2025. So if you're looking to break up with somebody on Valentine's Day, that's the movie you want to take them to. Is you say you really, really, really want to take a look at that Smurfs musical, the animated musical, and it'd be a great Valentine's Day gift to go and see in the theater with that person you want to break up with. So there you have it. Yeah, Paramount. I don't know what you're doing. September 9th, season 5 of Cobra Kai hits Netflix. Why am I talking about Cobra Kai? And why am I talking about the Continental or John Wick? It's honestly, it's fantasy at this point. Um, we got a new trailer for it, of course, and they're bringing back all the old guys, the old villains. So you got Silver coming in. Um, they're of course, it's a big fight in the valley now. Is what's going on at this point for the souls of the children and across the country. It's become ridiculous, but at the same time, it's still pretty good, I have to admit. Even though these guys are doing so the guys who did the reboot of this, that are behind the reboots of Cobra Kai, are actually going to be working on, God help me, a Ferris Bueller's Day Off series based on the two valets who took the car. Remember Cameron's dad's car, and they took it on a joyride. It's going to be based on those two guys. That is what and I forget what it's called. It has their first names, who were never mentioned in the movie. They were never named in the movie, but they gave them names this time, and it's their day off. Yeah, not sure how I feel about that one, but hey, take it what it is. And speaking, well, that's actually going to be happening. That's in the works right now. There is a rumor out there that I don't know if you remember. CBM says Ferris Bueller had some themes and depth. Not sure if this will. I'm fairly sure this won't either. CBM. I'm fairly sure that's what this is not going that way. So there is a rumor out there right now. So you remember that when Venom was hopping between universes, whatever, in the end credits, and left a little piece of himself behind, a little piece of the symbiote behind into the 616 world. Well, supposedly the rumor is that piece is going to attach itself to Tom Holland's Peter Parker. He is going to become Venom in that universe, and Secret Wars is going to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man coming back to fight the Venom who is now Tom Holland, and of course for his soul and all that kind of stuff. And that is what the rumor is for Secret War at this point. So take what you will on that one. but I'm kind of lining it up. I'm like, because I was always wondering why that little piece of Venom was left behind, and I was thinking maybe that world's Eddie Brock was going to get that Venom and become an actual Venom, like a, you know. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, again, it's a rumor. It's a huge rumor, so take what you will off of that one. It's not substantiated whatsoever. But what is substantiated, because Eric Kripke actually had posted this on Twitter and Instagram. The Boys season 4 has begun filming in Toronto. That's right. The Boys season 4 has begun filming in Toronto. I know we're all looking forward for season 4. That's going to be a ways off, but still, looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys in the way of news. You know, I know you guys had to wait for me for a while to get on here and just to tell you a little bit of news that I've got, but that's what I dug up, in the last week or two. So, not really much else out there. HBO Max is going to be dominating the news for HBO Max, and HBO is going to be dominating everything for a while now because Zaslav is he's just going on a fucking slashing spree at this point. He really is. So it's not a surprise. But everything else out there is very few and far in between. A lot of productions have ramped down. Um, Even the box office this summer has been, even though it's been up because, of course, it's not going to be pre-pandemic numbers, but still it's up. Um, there hasn't been enough like blockbuster stuff out there coming out during the summer that's going to make it worth your while to go out there. Like right now, I believe Dragon Ball Z, the animated movie, there's another animated Dragon Ball Z movie, is number one in the box office this weekend. If that gives you any indication. And I want to say it was only for like $18 million. That's 18 or $20 million that they made, something like that. So really not that big of a deal. And yes, I know that House of the Dragon premieres tonight. I'm not going to be covering it tonight. I'm going to be covering that tomorrow, which segues into what am I going to be doing next week? Well, tomorrow is going to be House of the Dragon. Tuesday I'm going to be off. Wednesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And it's going to be the final season of Lock and Key, the third and final season of Lock and Key on Netflix. Thursday is a doubleheader with She-Hulk and Harley Quinn. Friday is Resident Evil or Resident Alien. I can always say Resident Evil. It's Resident Alien. I'm going to be doing that on Friday. Saturday I will be off, and then Sunday will be another episode of the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend or genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. There you go. You never really watched Dragon Ball CBM. It's repetitive. It really is really fucking repetitive. It's all about powering up and the fights. And I watched it on Adult Swim a long, long time ago, and I started watching the series, and it just became the same thing over and over again. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys this week. I will see you again. I'm actually just going to leave you here at this point. It's going to be a short one today. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, though, for House of the Dragon. We'll see how that plays out. Everything I've been reading says it's the 9th season of Game of Thrones, but who knows? I want to thank everyone, well, CBM, who joined me today in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video. It pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend. And remember, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, Zaslav may be coming after your job if you work for HBO Max or one of the subsidiaries or Warner Brothers or anything like that, because, he's got to cut money somehow. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and get the boosters as well. They don't work without the boosters. And I will see you again. Have a safe rest of your weekend. Have fun and take care out there, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. See ya.